Coach.
Always love being called coach.
David is too kind. Congressman Edwards, I was going to chat with you and see which is worse, going around the state or going around the county. We're trading places here. I'm going around the state, and the Congresswoman is going around the county. So I wish her well as she travels around this 500 square miles, and I try to get used to trying to wake up in the morning coming from a different part of the state. I won't be long up here. Councilwoman Galeros left.
Yeah, she's good.
She did a great job. Can we give her another round of applause? I have to be honest, and I'll say a few things. When I was driving up here, chills went through me. And I got kind of scared because this is the ballroom where I held my victory party for 2002 county executive race. If you remember, I did not win. So I'm so happy to be back in. I don't know if somebody did that on purpose, because this is like my last year as county executive, so it'd be fitting to go back where it all started. But I do want to say a couple of things. First of all, about David Harrington and the job that he's done with the chamber and the life that he's bred into the chamber. Under his leadership, not only has the chamber grown, but the same type of influence and power that we've seen in the time when I first ran for office in 1994, and many of us got our start, we're starting to see again. And in a different twist. We talk a lot about, the growth of the county, and it really is because we've had some marvelous men and women who've been willing to give up their private sector jobs and come in and help us, or to leave comfortable places and come back to this area. People like David Iannucci, who is here today and is doing a great job, Roland Jones, and folks like that have come out, Sidney Phoenix, who left places and came here to turn around this county that I asked them to do. Now, I don't know if they're still my friends after this is over, but they have made a difference. And because of their work, it has allowed me to go around the county, but also to go around the state and the nation and talk about the transformation of our county. I told a group of people, David, we were talking in Baltimore, and actual facts, we had a moderator read off what has happened in Prince George's County in the last 7 years. And it talked about how Prince George's County leads the state in job creation and has for 4 quarters in a row, right, David? We have somewhere between $8 billion worth of development going on in metro stations that we targeted at the very beginning of the administration. That our home values are the fastest rising in the state. That we've seen violent crime drop in the county by almost 50%. And as we stand here today, homicides are 47% lower than they were at this time last year. And yes, that's an applause. And our schools, while they have problems, have made tremendous progress. So they read all this to the group. And then at the end of it, they asked them, "What do you think?" And they said, "Oh, that didn't happen." That would be impossible. And the first thing, of course, I did was I got mad. I was like, well, what, we did that. And then I thought about it. If I had sat before you or stood before you 7 years ago and told you that Prince George's County would not only be the economic engine of the Washington region, but the state of Maryland, and that it would actually happen, I doubt that few of you would have believed it. If I would have told you that every single metro station that we have identified as our priority areas would see some type of development going on, I don't think you would have believed it. If we would have told you that a regional hospital that needed a hospital that needed a lot of help would not only turn into another hospital, a brand new hospital anchored at a metro station, but that it would be a regional facility for not just Prince George's County, but the southern part of the state, I don't know that people would have believed it. If I would have told you Prince George's County would be the leader in the environment in the green economy, and that we would lead the state not only in recycling and waste diversion, but we would have a stormwater management plan that would be the envy of not only Montgomery County, but the nation. I don't know people would have believed it. But that's the work that you have done. And if I would have told you that Chamber would have identified areas where we weren't putting our money where our mouth was, and that we would change that because of a meeting that we had with the Chamber in the county executive's office that took us to task, but it made us better. That at the end of all that, as we approach 8 years, that we would see more job creations of businesses. And I'll close with this, because I think Daniel did a good job of talking about all the things that are going on. But I'll relay this as a talk we had in Wall Street. We went up to Wall Street. This is my last time going up to Wall Street. A lot different from the first time, when they were threatening to take a AAA bond rating away from us. And I went up there begging and said, please, don't do that. It's the first time we went through all 3 major rating agencies where they actually were excited. And it scared me a bit. I told Tom Himmler, our DCO, who was leading the effort. And at the end of it, they were excited about what was going on in Prince George's County and how different it was from 7 years ago. But the part that stuck out to me was not just the fact that Prince George's County had grown in job creation and that we were leading this area, but what Wall Street pointed out was our growth in job creation was diverse. That it was not solely based on the federal government, but we had expanded into areas that they had not seen a growth before, and that's what excited them. If it had simply been about the federal government and things that are related to the federal government, they said, if there's a downturn or a stop, in the federal government, you're going to be in real trouble. But they liked the fact that the growth was in areas that that were different. One, the entertainment industry, not just National Harbor, not just Six Flags, but throughout the county, and the growth of our hotels like this one, that we're now an attraction where people want to come and stay and spend money, but also in technology and also in the environment. So diversifying not only our stream of revenues, but also diversifying the companies that come here will keep us, will protect the county against the downturn in the market. That's the exciting part for Wall Street, and it's also the exciting part for me. I think Prince George's County is on the move. And I will close with this. I always like this one because I know it just makes Ike Leggett mad. And I love Ike Leggett.
By the way, he endorsed you.
Yeah, he endorsed me. Oh, he did. He's a great guy. Very smart guy. And people know that, he was my law professor. He's close friends of ours. And at the beginning of the administration, he used to make sure that, he cared deeply about my success. And so when I would come over to Montgomery County, he would always say, let me speak first, which I thought was very nice of him. And I would have my little spill, and usually about how Prince George's County is, the little engine that could. And he would clap so nicely. He said, I'm so proud of Little Rocherne and his little county. They have a lot of heart. And of late, even after the endorsement, I was over in Montgomery County. He said, he saw me sitting there. He said, my good friend Rocherne Baker's here. He's going to make a great governor. But I have to tell you, Montgomery County is the economic engine of the Washington region, and I dare say the state of Maryland. And as I said to him then, and as I say as I go around the state, that is the best compliment you could have. That is the best compliment you could have. It means that people understand that you're serious about being a competitor in this region and in this nation. It means your growth has been tremendous. It also means people know that you can grow even faster and contribute more. And that is what this is about. making sure the quality of life and the growth of your businesses is the growth of the county. And so we want to see that happen. And I'm so proud and happy that you allowed me to have the opportunity to work with you over these last almost 8 years. And I wish the chamber well, and I hope you will invite me back in another capacity to speak and do well. God bless.